When it comes to royal scandals, Meghan Markle stands at the top. Here are 20 bombshell scandals you probably haven't heard about. The 14th will leave your jaw on the floor, so stick around till the end. Now, this one raised a lot of eyebrows. During her Netflix shoot in 2025, Meghan was reportedly accused of borrowing luxury items like dresses, jewelry, even fine wines, with the promise to return them after production. But, according to insiders, she never did. Instead, she reportedly kept them or even resold some of the items. That kind of behavior quickly earned her the nickname Sticky Fingers Markle among crew members. Not exactly the reputation you want when you're trying to look royal. When Meghan was pregnant with Archie, there were whispers that her team was considering selling exclusive baby photos to the press for a massive amount of money.
Harry agreed that Buckingham would be given no choice. They would be given no choice as to any access to the baby, and with media and all, that CBS instead would be given exclusive of the baby.
The palace reportedly stepped in to shut down the plan after realizing how bad it would look. The fact that this idea was even discussed says a lot about how far Meghan was willing to go to monetize her royal life. It left people wondering what she wouldn't sell if given the chance. Before joining the royal family, Meghan had several friends in the UK entertainment scene, including TV personality Lizzie Cundy.
Markle.
Met her, we were best friends. She ghosted me.
Did you?
Yeah. Yes.
Lizzie revealed that Meghan once asked her to help find a famous British man to date. But as soon as Meghan met Harry, their friendship ended overnight. There were no calls, no texts, just silence. Lizzie later joked that Meghan dropped her faster than a hot potato. It's a recurring theme. Once Meghan gets what she wants, she doesn't seem to look back.
Every single one of her childhood friends, her school friends had all been ditched. She ghosts folk when she no longer needs to get something from them.
Before Prince Harry ever came into the picture, Meghan had a brief encounter with none other than Piers Morgan. The outspoken journalist once revealed that he and Meghan went out for drinks, and according to him, they got along perfectly. They chatted for hours, and Piers thought he had found a good friend, but the next day, Meghan completely ghosted him after meeting Prince Harry. Piers said he never heard from her again, and from that moment, his view of her flipped.
Believe, from everything I now know, that she literally left me from the pub, got in an Uber, and she went to 5 Hertford Street, a club in Mayfair in central London, where Harry was there with a group, I think, and the next night they had a private date together, and that was the last most people ever heard from her again.
So you were the pregame, you were the fluffer to go meet Harry.
I was the warm-up man for Prince Harry. I mean,
that bitter experience turned him into one of Meghan's most vocal critics, calling her fake, calculating, and fame-hungry. Many believe the feud began that night she disappeared from his life. Piers feels that Meghan used him for his connections. When Meghan met Prince Harry, it was like a dream come true. But there was just one little problem. She was reportedly still dating Canadian chef Corey Vitiello at the time. Several reports claim her relationship with Harry overlapped with her time with Corey.
One big question, was Meghan dating Corey at the time she had that fateful blind date with Prince Harry? One published report in Britain says she was still Corey Vitiello's partner when Harry asked for her number.
Meghan has never admitted it, but people have often questioned whether her romance with Harry started before she officially ended things with her ex. It paints a picture of someone who knew exactly what she wanted and didn't waste any time getting there. Many people know about Meghan's marriage to film producer Trevor Ingleson, but what most don't know is that he wasn't her first husband. Some reports online claim Meghan had previously married a criminal lawyer who was a Northwestern University alumnus. According to rumors, their marriage reportedly lasted 2 years before ending in an annulment, meaning legally it was declared as though it never happened. This early marriage supposedly took place before she gained fame, and many details about it mysteriously vanished from public records. It's as if someone wanted to erase that part of her story completely. When Meghan and Harry left the royal family, they claimed they wanted a private, simpler life, but their choice of home tells a different story. Their $15 million Montecito mansion in California looks less like a retreat and more like a palace. From high ceilings and a grand staircase to a throne-like chair in the living room, Meghan made sure her environment still screamed royalty. She might have left the palace, but clearly she wasn't ready to give up the royal lifestyle. Some might call it nostalgia, others might call it delusion. You might never have heard this before, but Meghan and Harry are actually related. Surprising, right? According to family history researchers, the couple shares distant ancestors from the 1400s through Meghan's father's lineage. That technically makes them distant cousins.
Meghan Markle is actually a descendant of King Harry III, which makes her 17th cousins with Prince Harry.
Imagine marrying into the royal family only to discover that somewhere deep down the family tree, you are already related. It's almost like a royal plot twist that nobody saw coming. Despite her image as a kind-hearted humanitarian, Meghan has often been accused of being indifferent toward animals. When she moved to the UK to live with Harry, she brought one of her rescue dogs but left the other behind in Canada.
One is now staying with very close friends, and my other little guy is, yes, he's in the UK. He's been here for a while.
The reason she gave was that the journey would be too stressful for the dog. But animal lovers weren't buying it, especially since she used to call that same dog her baby. It made people wonder if her compassion was just for the cameras. When Meghan launched her lifestyle brand American Riviera Orchard, she tried to sell the image of success and glamour. But behind the scenes, reports say the brand was struggling.
That she's already having to step back a bit. The reality is, this has been an absolute joke of a brand, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. I was told by somebody they were only putting out 10 jars. So, of course, it would all go because I think she sold them to her friends.
There were lawsuits over unpaid salaries and claims that her sold-out products, like jams, were actually fake hype to mask financial problems. Insiders reportedly called her a flop queen, saying she was more focused on appearances than actually running the business. It was another failed attempt to keep her brand shining in Hollywood. Meghan's obsession with Diana reportedly caused friction in the palace. She wanted to borrow Diana's jewels for public appearances, but the Queen's dresser, Angela Kelly, refused to allow it. Meghan allegedly became furious, believing she was entitled to access anything Diana had once owned. Palace insiders described it as entitlement on full display, with Meghan acting as though she had earned the same reverence as Diana. This clash with Angela Kelly may have been one of the hidden reasons she pushed Harry to leave royal life behind. Remember the online Sussex Squad, the group that fiercely defended Meghan and Harry and bullied critics on social media? Reports later suggested that Meghan's own team quietly encouraged these accounts to silence negative press.
Now, what about the awful trolling that Catherine's been receiving?
Yes.
That is just...
It is terrible.
Yeah.
And I have to say that a few of them are from Meghan's friends. I'm not saying she had anything to do with it.
You think it's part of the Sussex Squad?
It's part of the Sussex Squad.
The coordinated attacks on royal reporters and journalists painted Meghan as a victim while making sure her critics were drowned out online. If true, it shows how carefully she managed her image behind the scenes. At first, Meghan seemed to fit right into Hollywood's A-list circles, including the Kardashian family. But soon after moving to Los Angeles, she allegedly began distancing herself, reportedly calling them too tabloid. Kris Jenner didn't take that insult lightly, and word quickly spread across Hollywood. The fallout reportedly closed doors for Meghan and Harry, leaving them on the outside of the very circles they were trying to enter.
Meghan Markle is in panic mode as the Kardashians have demanded that she stop sending them her as ever products.
Even before she and Harry left the royal family, Meghan was reportedly planning her own tell-all book. Sources claim she wanted to spill more truths beyond what she shared in the Oprah interview. Harry was reportedly panicking about the idea, fearing it would destroy any chance of reconciling with his family. It seems Meghan couldn't resist one more opportunity to control the narrative, even if it meant tearing the family apart further. Working for Meghan and Harry wasn't exactly a dream job. Many of their staff reportedly had to sign non-disclosure agreements before leaving, with some allegedly offered money to stay quiet about Meghan's temper and treatment of employees. A few brave ex-staffers eventually broke their silence, revealing what they described as a toxic work environment. Their stories painted a very different picture of the woman who preaches compassion.
Jason Knopf, who is Meghan and Harry's former communications director. His email to the palace was quoted as saying, "I am very concerned that the Duchess was able to bully two personal assistants out of the household."
This is serious stuff. And it was apparently sort of shoved under the carpet. And the victims of the alleged bullying were made to sign non-disclosure agreements.
Palace insiders claim that Meghan's PR team deliberately leaked damaging stories about the royal family after she and Harry moved to the United States. These leaks painted her as the victim of royal cruelty while portraying the rest of the monarchy as cold and heartless. It was a masterclass in media manipulation, and it worked for a while until the truth started to unravel. In one of the most shocking revelations, a leaked palace email showed that several royal staff members complained about Meghan's verbal abuse and emotional cruelty.
The Sussex Survivor Squad apparently had to all find themselves consoling each other after Meghan apparently reduced staff members to tears while she lived at Kensington Palace with Prince Harry.
One senior aide even wrote, "I can't stop shaking." It gave the world a rare glimpse into what it was like behind palace walls, and it wasn't pretty. When Meghan organized her 40th birthday mentorship event, she invited several A-list stars, including Oprah, George Clooney, and Serena Williams. But to her shock, most of them didn't show up. Insiders whispered that Hollywood was quietly distancing itself from Meghan and Harry, seeing them as more drama than prestige. It was a subtle but powerful reminder that fame can fade fast. Spotify reportedly paid Meghan millions for her Archetypes podcast, but things didn't go as planned. After producing only a few episodes, the deal was canceled.
Meghan Markle's podcast has ended its 8-episode run, and there are no plans to release a second season at this point. What a surprise.
Spotify insiders called her lazy and said she didn't deliver what she promised. It was another blow to her image and proof that you can't fake substance forever. One of the most damaging rumors claims Meghan was behind certain leaks about private royal conversations that made their way to friendly media outlets in the US. One of Harry's friends allegedly said, "Nothing stays private once Meghan hears it." These leaks reportedly deepened the rift within the royal family and left Harry's relatives feeling betrayed. There you have it, 20 bombshell scandals about Meghan Markle you probably haven't heard before. Which of these revelations shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.